Hello, everybody. Today I'm talking about Sun in Aries from 13th April to 14th of May. It's quite a busy time for the Sun. There is a solar eclipse and there is a Sun-Rahu conjunction. So we can't really enjoy the exaltation of the Sun during this transit. Let us explore. Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton. We are talking Sun in Aries. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification. Sun in Aries is from 13th April to 14th of May 2022. And I do have to apologize again. I'm posting this late. I'm organizing the Bava 25th conference, and it's happening right now. And so, and there was so much craziness last week with posting. I did 4 postings in 4 days. And I'm asking for your understanding in this. But I think that one of the main things about Sun in Aries is that the main aspects are still to come. So you haven't missed out a lot. Normally, Sun in Aries is something to watch for because Sun is exalted and we enjoy this transit. However, for this year and next year, Rahu is in Aries. Therefore, we are not going to be able to fully enjoy that experience because Rahu is the disruptor in chief. He hates the Sun. So he wants to dominate. That means there are people who want to control, dominate the energy. And then the eclipses obviously taking place in Aries. So it's not like a full-fledged, pure Sun in Aries transit. However, we can still enjoy it. And the early part of Sun in Aries, but 30th of April is the first of the eclipses in Aries. It is going to be a Rahu eclipse, Sun Rahu. Usually it is with a new moon eclipse, the solar eclipse. And I'll make a separate video about the solar eclipse as well. But that is obviously a day to watch out for. By the time the eclipse is taking place, Saturn has also moved into Aquarius. And all the various planets changing signs in April that I've been talking about, they're almost like that is the end of all the changes. And then the Saturn aspect also move, and then the eclipse is there. So this is all change, and Sun as well is our identity, and in its exaltation sign, Rahu is there. So he's making us cast doubt on our identity. And I would say that it's important that we should keep our energy pure. And if we feel disturbed by things, then wait till after Sun goes into Taurus and then decide after the eclipses are done as well. 13th of April is the Sun-Rahu conjunction. So it is a bit disturbed day, and it is followed by 15th of April of the lunar eclipse. Now, the eclipse is actually at Sankranti. Sun is just changed into Taurus, and full moon will be in Scorpio. However, Rahu Ketu are in Aries Libra axis. So the lunar eclipse is always a full moon eclipse. Between all this kind of unsettled energy, we also have Akshay Tritiya. Akshay Tritiya is a special sacred day. It's on 3rd of May. Every year, Sun and Moon are exalted at one day in a year. And the tithi has to be Tritiya. This is a special blessing on that day, and it is regarded as a perfect day. No Mahurata needs to be taken. You can plan all auspicious days. However, for the last couple of years, this Akshay Tritiya is coming with Rahu Ketu. And before, because Moon is exalted in Taurus, so Rahu was with the Moon, and this year now Sun is exalted in Aries and Rahu is in Aries. So therefore, it is even more important that we use the Akshay Tritiya positively, without looking at just greed and trying to buy something special. But it's a good time to donate. You can donate money, you can donate your time, do something good on that day. It happens once a year, and make full use of it, and enjoy the Akshay Tritiya. So how does all this affect you? I think it is always important to check where the sun is going on a monthly basis, because sun is a monthly clock, and it is highlighting a particular area of our chart where we have to pay extra attention, or where the light is shining for the month, and then the next month will be another area. And of course, April Sankranti, we already missed that. But the May Sankranti, which is when sun changes signs, also part of the eclipse. So I would say that it is important for you to take some time out to contemplate of what your life is, what you want to make changes, and just spend some quiet time with yourself. You could go for a quiet nature walk, or you can just sit at a sacred clear space and just be, rather than trying to do anything on the Sankranti. But Aries transit of the sun with the eclipse, this is quite important. And we are going to look at your signs from your moon sign and your ascendant. Moon sign is more how you emotionally feel about things, and the ascendant is your physical reaction to the situation. Aries, of course, the eclipse is taking place either in your ascendant or on your moon sign. Even if it isn't very exact, it means that you are open to some transformation and change. That is the most important thing about this eclipse. And definitely, around the time of the eclipse, you take life very easy. Don't try to disrupt things. And the change is there. It is a concept of change. That means that you, not necessarily on 30th of April, the change will take place. Also, watch out for the Sun Rahu conjunction as well on 12th, 13th. Taurus eclipses in your 12th house. So 12th house is expenses, Vyaya Bhava. So you have to be careful about expenses, because suddenly this eclipse and the Sun Rahu combination can suddenly bring some expense regarding home, property. Rahu can sometimes also make you reveal something about what you want to do regarding property matters as well. But I would say keep a tight control on your expenses. Gemini, the eclipse is in your 11th house of earnings, finances. I would say this is not a bad position. Rahu can bring more. It's not less, but eclipse is some kind of change that you need to be conscious of. Cancer, of course, you are always part of the eclipses. So this is a major aspect. Sun is in the 10th house, eclipses in the 10th house. It is about work. So maybe there are some changes happening professionally for you and some work situation, and it can transform and change. Again, I have to point out this is not necessarily negative. Change can be change for the better. But it's usually unexpected. Your thought process changes, what you want from life. And so Sun is just highlighting professional things. Leo, of course, Sun is exalted, but Rahu is there, eclipse is there. Normally, this is a really good time for you. Exaltation is not perfect because we have that Rahu there who's challenging you, and you may find some kind of anxiety, worry. It is in the 9th house. 9th house is the house of dharma, of the house of the guru. So be careful about getting wrong advice, but also be conscious that you yourself are thinking really very purely and clearly, not trying to, overdo things. Virgo, the sun is in the 8th house. 8th house is a house of transformation, change, unexpected energy. However, the good thing for you is that Mercury is now, will be in the 9th house. It's no longer in Aries. And that will be positive for you. And the sun highlighting 8th house is good to research, think about how you want to transform, change. Of course, the eclipse is bringing some unexpected energy for you. But Mercury is not involved in the eclipse, so that is good. Libra, sun is in your 7th house of relationship, partnerships, and Rahu is also there. So we can't talk about sun without Rahu just now. And the eclipse also, that means that there are some changes, some things that are happening. And since Rahu Ketu come into the first 7th house, do watch my Rahu Ketu talk as well. It means that there is a big change taking place, self and relationships. And Rahu in the 7th house, sun in the 7th house, it is definitely about relationships at this particular stage. And sun is telling you to think about it and work with that. Scorpio, Aries is your 6th house. Sun 6th house is usually a good transit, but you can feel some opposition, some hard work, responsibility. Always with the 6th house, it's good to do some karma yoga, do some selfless work, give back to society. Sun Rahu conjunction and the eclipse, they are showing some kind of volatility. Generally, 6th house transit is considered good for Rahu and Sun, but not together. So just watch out. It's just this month, so to be careful about. Sagittarius, Aries is your 5th house, creativity, children, higher mind. And usually Sun, 9th Lord, is visiting your 5th house. It's a wonderful, pleasurable experience, but Rahu is also there. So I think that children can be handful. Sometimes you can have some crazy ideas because Rahu is leading the ideas. But I would say that, you should try to sort out the wheat from the chaff, and you have to be careful of anything extreme or extreme risk-taking. However, one plus point for you is that Jupiter is in Pisces, and he's keeping you grounded, and it's in your 4th house, so that is a happy place for you. Capricorn, Sun is in the 4th house. Now, although Sun is not a good planet for Capricorn Lagna, but the transit in the 4th house is a separate issue because Sun is highlighting 4th house aspects. And 4th house is home, happiness, mother, transport, cars, other transport. So when Sun comes into Aries, that's the thing that you're thinking about. But Rahu is also there. So Rahu is providing some change, and then the eclipse is there, which is showing change. So you may be thinking either moving house or doing something to your home. Same with the car. You may be feeling unsettled, unhappy about certain things. This is not the time to feel unhappy. I would say that you have to be calm down. Of course, as Capricorn, you've been having Saturn in your ascendant. If you're Capricorn moon as well, Saturn in your ascendant. But Saturn is moving on. He's going to move into Aquarius. So therefore, there is some relief as well. Aquarius, this is Sun in the 3rd house of communication, action, enterprise. What are you going to do about it? Sun feels very empowered. He wants to do things. He wants to act. And Rahu is also there. So both together, there's like a double whammy of action. But take it wisely, especially when Sun Rahu together. Rahu can mislead with Sun. So even though the focus is there and you have a lot of ideas and a lot of things and a lot of action to do, I would say to be conscious about it. Pisces, Sun is in the 2nd house, and that is money and finances and saving. So that is what you're thinking about. Rahu is also there, eclipse is also there, Sun Rahu conjunction is also there. So I would say that what is most important is that don't take any risk-taking activity while Sun is there about finances, and don't overdo things. Keep yourself very sober, and that is good. And again, for Pisces also, because Jupiter is in Pisces, it is protecting you. Rahu is going to be there for 18 months. So therefore, that financial area is there as a focus. But at the same time, this year, Jupiter is there. It is protecting you, and Jupiter and Pisces. So Pisces can, be calm about the situation. I would say that is the best thing. So that is it for today. Thank you very much. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification.